saw me. I showed my ass on the racetrack. I still don't regret it.
Don't say that.
Yes, you don't.
You should regret ruining people's days.
I never regret.
Why do you gotta say that?
I don't.
You're doing so good.
Okay, well, let's not talk about it.
Well, how do you not regret ruining people's days?
Sometimes you just lose your.
You were being a brat.
You were being a.
No, actually, you were being a brat, and then I reacted to you being a brat.
Okay. I don't want to talk about that.
But you brought it up. Like, do you really think that was okay and you don't regret it?
I guess I'm not sorry yet.
That's your defense mechanism.
We're going to also now talk about Jamie and Elizabeth. Let me get some water in my system. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel, like I always say. And for those who are new, returnees, you ain't got the minerals, baby.
Well, welcome to the NASCAR
You
racing
guys want to
experience.
know how this feels?
We are so glad you guys
I feel like
are
I'm
here.
at home. I grew up
First thing
around
we're gonna
this.
do is
Shut up and listen.
The NASCAR racing scene. First of all, it was absolutely rude, out of order for Jamie to tell Elizabeth to shut up. I don't care how obnoxious she's being. I've always said this, cover each other in public. Yeah? You could have easily pulled her aside and said, listen, babe, like, you're doing a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, relax. Or you could have waited. In fact, it's even better. Let the person be obnoxious in public. Wait till you get to the to your alone, and then you say what you need to say. You don't need to challenge the person in public because it makes them look stupid, as she said. And it also shows what a disunity. It shows a lack of unity within your team. You should have just phased it and been like, and just laughed at it. And let everybody think that together you're both obnoxious. Yeah, because that's your partner. It's real out here, you know. You gotta let everybody think, if your partner's obnoxious, you gotta let everybody think, yeah, he's obnoxious. We will know that you're not obnoxious by the way that you behave. Do you understand? But you just cover your partner by laughing at it. Yeah. We will know that you don't really back what they're saying. But for you to tell the person to shut up shows that you have a lack of respect for your partner. And everybody can see that. And in fact, when Matt heard that, he just doubled up on his knees and was just like, whoa. Why? Because it was absolutely out of order to speak to your partner that way. If my partner ever spoke to me like that way, it's gonna be on. Like tonight we're arguing. To kingdom come. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, again, it shows a lack of respect once again from Jamie talking about Elizabeth. Now, I'm not saying what Elizabeth was doing was okay. She was bloody annoying. Why would she keep on talking? Keep quiet. The instructor is talking. Keep your mouth shut. Okay? Shut it, darling. Zippy. The Bible says the fool keeps on talking till he gets smacked. It's a proverb. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. Don't keep talking when there's not necessary to talk. Know your time and season. Know the place and the places you should be in where you can talk. And Elizabeth doesn't know that sometimes. She just likes to talk. She likes to be the center of attention. And unfortunately, that goes over its limits sometimes. Know when to stop. Know when to go. But it does not excuse Jamie telling her to shut up.
So tonight you're really hold on a second. Hold on, I'm not done.
Don't stop being rude to everybody.
Can I just talk, like, without being interrupted?
What do you need right now?
It shows Elizabeth's lack of immaturity and also a lack of consideration and the toxicity that both of them actually exude. What the hell is Beth doing trying to ruin everybody else's day? It is your husband that pissed you off. Why are you trying to ruin everybody else's day? Yeah? I don't get it. No, I don't get it. I don't care what your husband did. Don't come on. If it would have been me, I would have shut down Elizabeth and told her, I would have told Elizabeth, shut your clock, man. Yeah? Whatever's happening between you and your boyfriend is between you and your husband, sorry. Don't make our day crap because you decided to do what you did. You know, like, when people do that, it's so selfish. It's so selfish. And again, why did I say that? She's such a daddy's girl and is spoilt. She's a brat. I'm using those words very high because I also, as she's a brat, Jamie, yeah, is a power-hungry man too. These toxic traits in both of them, which we all have as human beings, are actually bubbling up to the surface. They're not being controlled. Listen, don't think we all have an ego. We all have some toxic traits in us, like, you know, we want to always never take an L, always want to win. We always want to be, like, you know, be loved and cherished, and maybe it's not everyone wants to be center of attention, but You know what I'm saying? Like, we want people to love us and care for us and, you know what I'm saying, put us on a pedestal, put us higher and high esteem and high regard, right? But you do not let that be known, be shown, like Elizabeth was doing. You know, trying to ruin everybody's day. Oh, I would have.
Right, I'm not driving. You need to experience it. It's really fun. It's really cool. I would give you guys so much like cool NASCAR like history, and but I've been told to shut up, so I'm not going to say anything. So.
Me telling her to shut up, that was messed up. That was wrong. But Beth acting out is affecting everyone.
I don't want to be here.
She made it very obvious that if she wasn't happy, she had no problem ruining other people's days, and I don't condone that type of...
They don't care. If they did, they would have said something. They don't care. So stop. Park your brakes and get over yourself. Don't drag everybody down with you. And again, I feel like, Jamie did try to check her as well later on about what is it you want, And I felt, again, even the way he's addressing that, it's about power. For Jamie, he wants to have things his way. If it doesn't go his way, he's pissed. Or he's angry. Or he's gonna make sure it's known that he's not happy with what you're doing. And I believe that Elizabeth's saying right. I mean, he critiques every little thing. And the over-analysis is too much. Jamie, shut it. It's too much. Relax, bro. Like, we get it. You know what I'm saying? You started this beef. And the lack of understanding that he's part and part of the process of why Elizabeth even blew up is so deficient that it becomes crazy. We should not be in places where we're lacking the ability to even decipher our own behavior. And that's why the argument that they had later on, she says, you know what, I own my stuff. Or was it earlier on they had it? I own my stuff. I know my B. But, and she's actually right. She knows she's something. And
You still have more issues with me. Then go away. You've embarrassed me in front of everyone. You've made me look stupid in front of everyone. So yeah, I'm gonna react. I'm gonna defend myself. Yeah, I have days where I snap and you do too, but you don't do that to people. So yeah, Jamie, you know what? I did overreact and I was a bitch. You're right, I was. And I own it 110%. I own that.
You made an ass of yourself.
I know. I don't need you to sit here and point a finger at me like this, like you do all of the time. I'm under magnifying glass with you.
Why would you not?
This is so critical. To know you are something and to say, look, actually, I know I'm this. That means I can work on it. But Jamie doesn't see that he's in the wrong half the time. And that for me is frustrating. For me, he's somebody who always pushes the blame on someone else. That is dangerous. So dangerous. So dangerous. It needs to be sorted, Jamie. Sort yourself.
No, actually, you were being a brat, and then I reacted to you being a brat.
Okay.
Again, Jamie starts off, with a conversation on the sofa, and it's a lot. I feel like, again, he doesn't allow room for accept and blame himself, but wants Elizabeth to see that she's in the wrong. Bro, you're not perfect. And I'm not even saying that there's every time when someone else is wrong, you have to also apologize. No, what I'm saying is, when you part and parcel of the process, apologize. He didn't do that. He wouldn't. I've already told her that she's got daddy issues. Her daddy issues is that her dad spoilt her. And she's got princess syndrome. And the princess doesn't like being told off. Because she's like, only my dad can do that. Well, darling, you better check yourself. Because you're going to need to fix that. And there are women like that who are like that. They are daddy's girls to the point where no other man can check them. Only daddy can. And so therefore what happens is you become somebody who's unchastisable. And the Bible says, God chastises those who loves. So if somebody's chastising you out of love, my friend, take it. But if you can't take it, then you're insubordinate to to correction. Then you're going to cause problems in the long run, because you're a danger to everybody else, and you refuse to stop for anybody else. It's about you and you only, and it becomes selfish. So you see how dangerous it is.
Me, I don't have anything to say back right now.
You can act like you don't care. That's fine. It's much easier to not care than actually care and talk about what happened and actually show some remorse.
I need to reserve my energy for Dr. Viviana too. So if you have anything else to discuss,
yeah, I got a lot of things to say, and I'm going to continue discussing them.
Beat me down even more. I'm a horrible person. Please keep going.
You and I can get mad at each other behind closed doors. It's a whole nother ball game when you ruin everybody else's day that's within earshot of you. You embarrassed our marriage. You embarrassed me personally. You've certainly embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed the other couples. You embarrassed everybody.
Mighty stuff about that you do this, that, and it was without any love in it. It was more of a case I want to tell you off. I want to tell you off. I want to control what you're doing. It's like, yo, bro, that is not how relationships work. You can't do that. And I think it's because also he may be also reacting to the fact that she's got daddy syndrome. And this has started from the fact that, remember the wedding, where the dad said, I'm passing on to you and here's the first bill or whatever. First of all, I remember I said that the dad was rude for that. The dad was absolutely rude for that. No necessity for that. And the fact that he doesn't want to see his daughter get kissed by the son-in-law, it's just crazy, it's ludicrous. And again, you've built this protective bubble with the fact that she should have come to work with you and you give her leeway. So evidently, she's always been somebody who's got leeway with her dad. So what happens when you've got someone who's got leeway with their dad? They end up not being able to take direction. Now, I fully understand the fact they went to the house as well. And I respect the fact that when they went to, Elizabeth's house, Jamie really showed a compassionate side and loving side. I really respect that. I respect the fact that obviously as well, she came from a poor background and you know what, her parents worked so hard to get what they are. But you must take correction. There is no excuse for you saying, oh, because I came from a hard background, I'm acting like a dickhead. No, you can't do that. Unfortunately, you can't do that.
So, I think I'm gonna go home.
If you leave, then we're done. Like,
No, we're not.
Yeah, we
There's
are.
no, done police here.
I'm the done policeman.
It's funny how you went a little crazy after
I didn't go a
said
little crazy. I said
you
that
don't have
makes
sex anymore.
my
It's
exact
just
words
real
to you.
funny.
I said that makes me feel kind of pushed away and rejected. And I said it's going to be hard to sleep in the bed next to you knowing that you're intentionally holding me off.
Don't bother me anymore tonight. So, initial thoughts.
Why are you smiling? Are you proud of that?
No, I was laughing at your done police. I am the done police.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Why even throw out the D word? We do that to each other.
What I noticed was they were watching a video, and in the little screen you can see clearly, watch it as well. You can watch it clearly and see clearly that Jamie is laughing, but then as soon as they finish, he goes, "Why are you laughing? Sorry, can she not laugh now?" This is becoming scary. It's these little traits that I'm saying about the toxicity that are dangerous and becoming on the verge of abusive. You were laughing first. You were laughing about it. She also laughed, whatever point she laughed. And you're laughing because you think that she's laughing at something within the video. Yes, that's where you laughed at it. Why are you checking her?
Out the D word. We do that to each other. It's because we just want to hear each other say, no, I want you.
So y'all use that as a way to reassure one another.
It's a tool. It's like a defense mechanism.
Did you know that that's what was going on?
No, I didn't know that.
So
They mentioned it, and I think, again, Elizabeth's got a better understanding of explaining why she behaves the way she behaves. And that's so important because without retrospectively looking at your actions and being able to understand why you do what you do, you're a danger to society in terms of your relationship, because you're unable to review where you went wrong and you can't bring correction to your own self. So it was interesting that Elizabeth was the one that broke it down by saying, you know what, we say divorce to each other because we're trying to reassure each other. And I know that version. You know when you say, I'm breaking up with you just because, and you want to hear the person say, no, I still want you, rah, rah, rah. You want that because you're scared. And so what you happen is you want to be reassured every single time when they hear those words. So you throw divorce out there. I often hear Jamie throw that out a bit more than Elizabeth, but they both throw it out there in terms of saying, I'm going to leave now and quit now. Why? Because they're both scared of the outcome. They want the other person to say they love the person and I want you. And which means that shows again that if that's Elizabeth, we know where hers comes from. But where's Jamie? Jamie, you've got a big issue. If you have got an issue of the fact that you're scared that this girl could leave you, my friend, you better fix the frick up and find out why you act the way you do. You know what I'm saying?
what does sex mean to you?
I don't know. It means like being connected to somebody and having like a deeper, special bond that you just don't have with other people.
Okay.
Jamie, like the love languages don't include sex. So I'm trying to figure out what sex really means for Jamie. And I think for me, again, it's about power. It's about having control. And it's also about, as well, stamping his mark. It's like, I know that when you have sex with me, that means I'm the exclusive one. It's like when you have sex, I know that it's about me. I know it's about, I'm the only one for you. Again, I think it comes from a place of insecurity. Because the way he loves, it's not even that he loves sex. It's the way he can shift the conversation from that to sex all the time, in the sense of he's always wanting sex. And it's like, then he mentioned about the fact that sex is very important to him. Why? Don't get twisted, sex is important to everybody. But why? You're stating it as if it's more important than the importance of non-important sex. what is it about sex that is making it so important, Jamie? And I believe it's about the power, it's about the control, but it's also about being exclusive. If you're having sex with me, I know it's me. I know I'm the main one. And I think it comes from a place of insecurity. But let me know your thoughts down below.
Pug.
Sorry, I was so mean to you.
Thank you, that means a lot.
So Elizabeth apologized for being rude at the racetrack, but he did not. I am disappointed in Jamie. You know you told her to shut the frick up, and you don't think that you should apologize. For me, that's shady. For me, that shows again a lack distinct of understanding that you are a contributing factor to the problem. And again, it doesn't bode well for the future. I think Elizabeth needs to get out. As much as she's a princess, don't get it twisted, I believe that Jamie's got very constricting vibes, and it's scary to see because it could easily lead into abuse. That's me just being a bit maybe far thinking. But yeah, I don't like the way he's going on at the moment. It's a bit dangerous for me. Just say it. And I feel like somebody who doesn't know how to apologize will always continue that into the relationship further on the line, and it'll get to a point where you are like, how can you not apologize? A lot of pride is set in by then. So it's important that apologizing doesn't change the scenario, but what it does show, it just shows a bit of remorse and regret that look, what I said, I didn't mean to say it. Like, and I'm sorry for that. You know what? But he didn't say it. They hugged. She said it, and I looked at her eyes. She looked slightly up to see if he was going to say something, and he didn't. But because you know when the ones we just made up, and you don't want to argue again, she didn't bring it up. But truly, I think she thought, "Are you going to apologize too? Because you were hella rude."
I might use one of my coupons from the monthversary gifts.
Oh boy. So this is really fun.
So do I tear these out?
Yeah, and you go, would you like to? And then we do them, literally. I accept your coupon.
It was interesting that he chose to use the token and the coupon straight after they've had this conversation. Again, it's just such a focus on sex. I'm concerned, and that's all I need to say on that point. I'm concerned. Something that really kind of struck me was that how emotional Elizabeth got, because we all see her being happy-go-lucky. We see her emotional when she's dealing with said party, which will be Jamie. But to see her that emotional kind of just let me know that obviously she's come from a hard background. She's struggled to get to where she is mentally in terms of being happy-go-lucky. I personally believe that, you can't change oftentimes how your personality is. You are who you are. How you behave is slightly different, but your personality is always your personality. It's what you've been ingrained with. I believe she's always been a happy-go-lucky kind of person. But to see her emotional, I guess, look at her house, I wonder what that's done for her emotional security too. Did she feel safe? Did she feel wanted? Did she feel loved in that house? Now we see it from her dad, but I'm saying, was that the case in the house? I don't know. It's something that maybe potentially we might have to look into in the future down the line and listen out for. But what I loved was the fact that Jamie really kind of softened and saw that, hey, do you know what? Okay, you've changed. Like, I've seen a different side of you. I've seen a more emotional, vulnerable side of you, and I like it, right? So obviously then they're driving and going home, and then the argument's going to ensue because Jamie, that Elizabeth mentions, I'm not sorry for the track business. Now, she didn't have to say it. At the same time, Jamie didn't have to make it a big deal. Fam, let it go. But why did Elizabeth even mention it? You know what I mean? Like, she should have kept her mouth shut. But she didn't. Because both of them are got no filter. And they don't really believe in holding their tongue. And the Bible says, you know what? The tongue is one of the most dangerous muscles in that body. It's the most dangerous thing because it is uncontrollable. It's untamable. It sets forests on fire. It's the what that controls the rudder. You know what I'm saying? Bruv, listen. It's what injects poison into other people. The word, the spoken tongue, the tongue that allows for words to flow is dangerous because of what it can do. Is it not what Satan used, the tongue, to confuse Eve and Adam? Yeah. So you must understand that the tongue is so important. And controlling it is even more so. And the Bible talks about the fact that we should make sure that our conversation is good. Don't make sure your conversation is not one that is going to bring destruction. Do you know what I mean? So for me, when I was listening to Elizabeth saying, I'm not remorseful, it's like, Elizabeth, what are you doing? Why are you doing this at this time? And then Jamie's blow off is different. You two, you've not learned how to control your vibe. Control it. You could have put water on this session and said, listen, babe, I really didn't like the behavior you did there, you know. It's not nice. Honestly, like, I feel like you embarrassed her. Look at what I'm saying now. Even my tone, the speed I'm talking at just shows again, I'm not trying to blast you, but I'm trying to allude to you. I'm trying to make your eyes open to see that this behavior wasn't correct. Do you get what I'm saying? And with Jamie and Elizabeth, yeah, for me it's interesting to see that, you know, the behaviors of them two individually, it's poor. You know what I'm saying? It's poor. So, yeah, they're both toxic individuals, and they shouldn't go on. Yeah, they shouldn't go on. Come 2 weeks' time, they better quit. Yeah, better quit, because it's not good. So, yeah, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk again sometime next week, Sunday. More appreciations, guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Wakanda's forever. Are you money lean? You ain't got the minerals, baby. I appreciate you. And we'll get into the video next time, baby.